What's going on, y'all? So, boy, I say the plot thickens with this Errol Spence and Crawford thing, man. After spending some time with my kids, uh, had some time to sit down and really try to think about this entire thing, and none of it really makes any sense. What I came to the conclusion is, fight is done. It's not happening, and I'll explain real quick. It's not gonna be too long. So, words came out that the WBC has pushed for Errol Spence to fight Keith Thurman because Keith Thurman, uh, he happens to be the WBC up in the rankings. The WBC number one for Errol Spence's strap, which is really strange because this is a Thurman that he really ain't done much, man. He fought Pacquiao last, lost his belt, and then he beat Barrios years later, and that's it. Barrios made no noise. He was nobody significant at 147. He was a 140 pounder. Pulled him up to fight Keith Thurman. Thurman barely edged that off. Was hurt a few times in that fight. But somehow he's number one in the WBC for Errol's belt. And this is the same guy that Errol Spence vowed to never fight. And there's other guys that's right there at the door for Errol. There was Virgil Ortiz, Jerome Boots Ennis. It's really those three right there. It's really those three, Virgil Ortiz and Jerome Boots Ennis. And a lot of things just not making no sense, man. They're really not. Now, they say that the fight is going to happen in February, right? Now, first it was December. That's not going to happen. So, the thing is, everybody's upset with Bud because Bud took a fight with David Avenesian. And I keep telling y'all, it's not about who he's fighting. I just think these guys don't want Bud to fight. They don't want Bud to fight. They want him to stay rusty. They want him to lose a step. So if the fight ever did happen, and Errol's about to fight whoever he's about to fight, rather it's Keith, it's looking like it might be Keith Thurman. Because if Errol Spence don't fight Keith Thurman, this is where a lot of things is confusing for me, where it's not making much sense. If he doesn't fight Keith Thurman, he might get stripped of his WBC. So the Spence fans is looking at it like, well, he could have definitely not fought Keith Thurman and lost the strap if he was trying to really dunk Bud and then move up to 154. But instead, he's fighting Keith Thurman so he can secure his WBC, and hopefully he'll win against Thurman and keep his strap to fit in his belts, so he can go into a fight with Terence Crawford in February. Keyword, February. Now, one problem though. The problem is Bud fights December. Hope y'all know where I'm going with this. Bud fights December. And apparently now Errol Spence is fighting in December against Keith Thurman. So they got Bud fighting December 10th. Errol Spence allegedly fighting December 17th against Keith Thurman. Okay, so you got two dudes that's supposed to be fighting in February, fighting separate fights in December. So let me try to figure this one out, because you got December. These dudes are fighting December, right? That leaves January is an open month, and then the fight is supposed to take place in February, right? How the hell are these dudes fighting in December and then going right into a fight in February? Now, let me say this. In the old days, the Gene Tunney days, the Jack Johnson days, the Sam Langford days, the Willie Pep days, those days of boxing, you might have seen that. You might have seen these dudes fight December, then go right into a fight February, then fight again like March or May. You ain't seen that these days. These dudes ain't like that. These dudes ain't the same caliber, ain't the same breed of fighters that we had back then. Okay, it's not possible. So you tell me, how's Errol Spence and Terence Crawford supposed to fight February if they're both fighting in December? So you telling me that they have time to train for each other within a month and some change after coming off of 2 fights in December? No. Another thing that should tell people that this fight is not going to happen is they keep saying these weird months. They keep giving us definite months. Now, I don't know who put the December date out there. They put that out there, or was it these channels? But December is gone. Now, the new month is February. Okay, now, Buzz said that they're going to revisit negotiations. Errol said he's gonna spin the block, meaning he's gonna revisit the fight, the negotiations. So why the fuck are they revisiting negotiations if everybody always talking about the fight is gonna happen in February? They playing with us, y'all. Fight not happening. Stop giving definite months and dates if y'all niggas ain't even come to the negotiations. Y'all ain't even come to agreements for nothing yet. If these dudes already have something secure, they ain't telling nobody. Why would they be fighting in December though? You know, it's stupid, bro. It's not. They would need time. They would be promoting the fight right now. If the fight was happening in February, y'all, we're in November right now. They should be in the promotional stages of this fight right now. Nobody should be fighting Avenesian. There should be no Keith Thurman fight, no Stanionis. It should be Bud and Errol Spence traded for each other in February. But instead, we got these dudes fighting other fighters December. And then people are just coming up with these cockamamie months. Now we got February. There's not enough time to promote the fight or for these dudes to train for each other after coming off 2 fights. These dudes that they're fighting, we might not like these fights for them because we want them to see each other. But nonetheless, these are going to be semi-tough fights for these guys. Even the Avenesian. It should be easy work when you look at it from the eyes of a boxing fan looking at Terence Crawford, as skilled as he is. But you got to take it to fact, David Avenesian, he's a rough fighter. He's a rough fighter. He's gonna try to make Bud work. I think Bud is gonna dispatch him, but he's still a pro boxer. Same with Errol Spence and Keith Thurman, if that's the fight. Keith Thurman is no slouch. He has 1 loss. I know he's been a little inactive. He's no slouch. He was a former he was a champion before Errol Spence was. All right, so there's no way in hell these dudes are fighting in December and then go fight February, and then at the same time y'all talking about negotiations. Y'all gonna sit back at the table for what? Why? What table should there be if the fight is in February already? Oh man, if people ain't figured it out yet, they won't. But I'm finished with this damn shit. I think I wiped my hands with this fight. Listen, this is the last time I'm talking about this shit. With this Errol Spence versus Crawford, I'm not entertaining this shit no more. I have a thumbnail already ready to go if that fight ever did happen. But I'm afraid I'm gonna probably have to scrap that thumbnail because this shit just not making much sense at all, dude. Just not. But anyway, hope y'all liked the video. Tell me what y'all think. This is your boy Rebel Life Boxing. I'll catch y'all later on the next one. Peace.